We are learning how to count to 100 by tens and by ones, and we're going to actually be combining those concepts and skills by counting by tens and then counting on to the ones. And I'll show you what I mean as we explore through these activities. Take your colored 100 chart, that's going to be the base board, and then you're going to take these 10 strips and you can describe them as decades. That is the appropriate term. So this is the first decade. That's 10, 20, 30, and pointing to the ending of that 10, that decade, 40. That's how we're counting by tens because this is a group of 10. 50, 60, and maybe your child will understand that yes, this is indeed 6 groups of 10, 6 10 strips to make 60. 70, 80, 90, and 100. Once that's mastered, you can collect all of these tens, these decades, mix them up, and then use this as a puzzle for matching the decade to the 100 chart. And this is really actually a fun game for the whole family, especially when you get into the ones. It's like a puzzle that you've made. So you can pick up a decade and say, oh look, this one ends in 40. Where do you see the strip that ends in 40? Right. Here ends in 50. This is the 10 that ends in 50. So on and so forth. At this stage, we are hopefully giving an opportunity to understand the differences between tens and ones. Let's take a look at the beans. And let's say we have, if you have connecting cubes, by the way, which I have thousands in the classroom, but not here, you can have the child make towers of 10. We've done a lot of that. And so I think that they'll know exactly what to do. But this is another creative way to make tens. So show however many groups of 10 you would like to, and the child will count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. And then we would say, what comes after 40? Well, if we're counting by tens, then 50 comes after 40. But if I want to know the very next number after 40, let's take a look at our 100 chart. The very next number, not counting by tens, but the very next number would be 41. And we can show that with the bean like that. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. That's 44. And then if we transfer it over here, 10, 20, 30, 40. What's the very next number after 40? It would be 41. That's right. Then 42, 43, 44. So we can do this with a variety of tens and ones, but the goal is that the child understands the difference between counting by tens and counting by ones. Finally, if we come back to these strips, you can do the same thing. And you will need the numbers in some sort of order to do the instructional part, but you can show that this is a 10 strip. Let's get 30 in there. Here's 20. And then 40 after 30. So 10, 20, 30, 40. And then if you don't have your single ones, in order. You can still use the beans or the beads or whatever you already use counting. 41, 42, 43, 44. So this is our goal, to be able to understand counting from tens to ones.